What's up, Vintage Breaks family? It's Charlie G here this evening for another Vintage Breaks West edition. What's happening, folks? Got ourselves a little movie trivia on tap for tonight. Giving back to the community via trivia questions. Give everybody a few minutes to get the notifications and come on in to chat. I don't know what happened to Drew and let her rip, but apparently it didn't happen, so I decided to log out a few minutes early tonight. Hopefully that gave everybody the Vintage Breaks community a nice little break. Go get some dinner, snacks, drinks. Then get settled back in for 3 hours of the soothing sounds of Charlie G's voice. Let me see. Over here. So what's everybody up to this evening? Right now I don't have any packs to break. So we're going to sell out some stuff to get the breaking happening. Sort through some cards here. See if we come up with some giveaways. So what's going on, guys? Everybody's coming in here, it looks like. Got a few more people in the chat. What's going on, Mr. Steele? Just getting started on the West show this evening. How are you settling into being a West Coaster? Looking to break some vintage packs. Love the West Coast so far. Excellent. Good to hear. Work starts early but ends early. That is excellent. That is a lot of offices, from what I understand, out here in the West, do an earlier start time and early leave, and then they also a lot of places out here actually have half-day Fridays. I don't know if your business is the same way, but a lot of businesses out here do half-day Fridays. We got some vintage stuff for the usual mix of stuff happening out there. Be sure to ask before you buy to make sure I've got it in stock. Of course, as always, you don't have to buy stuff that I break, but it's it's all right. It is preferred because it's something to do on screen. Right now we're doing a kind of an easy night. We've just got the usual $3 night promo, $50 break credit, and we've got the $10 entry and 100 entries with the 1950 Bowman set break spot headlining it, 81 toss basketball set break spot second, 72 baseball spot third, and then 4th through 10th get BAMs, and last place butter gets 1981 in basketball. And if anyone's interested in a Barry Larkin rookie card, PSA 8, first person spins 100, will get Mr. Larkin. Are the Cardinals still up 1-zip? What do we have for hockey today? Let's just take a look at the hockey box, shall we? I'm a little light because I didn't get an update because of issues with the North. But let's see, I've got 76 tops. I've got 78 O-Pee-Chee, 80 tops, 81 tops, 184 tops, 85 tops. That's all 85 tops. What's this guy here? 78 O-Pee-Chee. And then I got some 88s, I believe, over here. Yeah, I've got 88 O-Pee-Chee and tops. Well, tonight, Mr. Billingsley, we're going a little low-key this evening. First off the bat, we've got first person to spin $100 will get Mr. Barry Larkin and a PSA 8. We're also giving away some nostalgia packs, 1989 Donruss. Every $50 you spend, you get an 89 Donruss pack. Plus, we got a $3 and a $10 promo that are on the grid. The usual Vintage Race West staples. And I've got, a stack of other vintage stars and famers and vintage cards over here to my left to roll out throughout the evening. How are things in the Dakotas? Brian Steele already jumping in. Let me, I forgot to adjust my snaps to start a little early, so let me adjust those to come on a little bit early to capture your sales or your purchases. There we go. And okay, let's do this one. All right, they've both been rolled back, so the $3 and the $10 will capture your purchases. Let's see, Mr. Steele's got himself a 76 tops hockey pack. Did I say I had 76? Yeah, I got 76. I got lots of 76. I've got 4 more after this one even. $88 degrees. That seems a little warm for you guys. Is that warm? Here we're finally not flirting with 100 anymore, which is very nice. All right, you get Mr. Larkin and a stack of 89s. What's up, Mr. Dooley? I bet you are, Brian. It'll be a little different, when I ask you that question come January. Sean, that comic you sent earlier today was freaking hilarious. Let's see here. All right, next up we've got a 1959 Larry Doby. Whoever spins 50 next, we'll get Larry. And we set up the 76 Tops pack. Like I told you before, Sean, I'm not sure how you monetize that skill set, whether it's via Etsy custom comics or what, but you've definitely got a talent. Also, I forgot to tell you guys, I forgot to announce the movie for the night. So the hints were, it's a movie we've done before. It's a comedic parody of a movie we've done before. So tonight's movie is actually the comedic parody of the last movie we did on the show. Is parody of Top Gun. It's going to be the parody Hot Shots. It's actually a 1991 film. Close enough. So we've got some Hot Shots movie trivia. Hopefully you guys were paying attention when you watched it. Or hopefully you did watch it. If not, you might be in trouble in the break department. But in the meantime, we're going to break this pack for Mr. Steele. Welcome to Vintage Breaks. I'm your host, Charlie G from Vintage Breaks West, and tonight we're breaking this 1976 Topps Hockey Waxpack, number 135. It's a personal for Mr. Ryan Steele. Good luck. Let's see, who are we looking for in 76? Use my little cheat sheet over here. Oh, Trottier. That's right. Get rid of that gum. Confession, I have never seen Hot Shots. I'm out of the competition for tonight. Well, you know, Sean, you can always look it up right now and start watching it. You know my questions are always in the order of the movie, so... It's only like an hour and 20-minute movie. Dennis Hextall, centering off the bat, is great. So let's see if we can get the Brian Trottier. Bill White. We got Steve Durbano, Brian Watson, and Dave Schultz of the Penalty Minutes leaders. In other words, the bad boys. All right, Billy, what's going on? Followed by the leading goals by Reggie Leach, Guy Lafleur, and Pierre Lacroix. LaRoche. What's up, Mr. Perry? This is a very well centered pack. All right, and our photo insert is of Rick Martin. No relation to Ricky Martin, I'm sure. Yeah, penalty minute leaders. It's like, is that a good thing? Ooh, and now the centering goes out the window with Bob Neely. Very miscut. Actually, looks like he's got a little bit of damage. He must have got caught in the machine or something. Yeah, Sean, it's probably for the best. Yeah, it looks like he's got kind of caught in the machine a little bit here. We got Giles Meloche. Dennis Hull. It looks like this one's in okay shape. Centering's a little bit off now, but still not too bad. Dennis Hull. Greg Polis. And the last card in this pack is Don Luce. And that wraps up our 1976 Topps Hockey Pack number 135 for Ryan. Thanks for watching. All right, 1976 Topps Hockey 135. No problem, Ryan. All right, let's give away some break credit. Get your Hot Shots movie hats on. Oops, wrong size bag. Hey Cody, how's it going tonight? Got a lot of our Vintage Breaks West regulars out tonight. Good to see it. Hey, we get me a score update on the Cardinals-Dodgers game. While I get the trivia question up here. So I can read it. All right, first person on my screen to answer correctly will get a $10 break credit. In the 1991 movie Hot Shots, during the opening scenes, one of the deck crew is cooking what on a jet afterburner? One top of the fifth. All right. Just hit homer. All right, awesome. During the opening scenes, one of the deck crew is cooking what on a jet afterburner? Let's see here. It is not steak, eggs, but it is a hot dog, and it looks like Billy Blair narrowly beats out Charles Perry. It was a hot dog. You got a whole setup there next to the jet engine with the condiments ready to go. He was well prepared. Congratulations, Mr. Billy Blair. What's going on, Mr. Fickle? Billy, you're mounting yourself a nice little break credit stash in there. I like it. Well, now you got another $10 in there to spend however you see fit. We got Mr. Billingsley up next. Mr. Billingsley claims our 59 Adobe card plus a 89 pack. You're very welcome, Billy. Let's see here. It looks like might have sold an 82 Fleer baseball pack. Take a quick look, see if that's sold out. That did sell. 1982 Fleer baseball. Get this one set up on the break calendar. I have a friend who used to cook steaks with the empty drums and a grate. You know, Sean, that seems like a good way to like have your baby have a third eyeball or something. Just doesn't seem. Of course, you know, a lot of some of those barrels might not be nuclear in origin, but still, seems like something Homer would do. Do I have 81 football packs? I don't think so. I think I'd run out the last week and still hadn't gotten new ones. Let me double check. No 81 football still. I'll be getting a big update next week. So hopefully we'll have that either for the Monday or the Tuesday show. He didn't care, eventually got retired. I like the term he got retired. Like he didn't have a choice. He just was told he was going to retire. Let's see here. Oh, I'm looking for the next card here. Alright, we'll do the next $50. We'll get a 66 Rusty Staub. It actually looks pack fresh. Just off center. Next person's Fitty will get that. Let's see here. Or so they had a hot plate to help seal sulfite package. The guy used to cook Italian sausages on it. Yeah, I imagine. I guess it's like nurses and doctors that wear the on their tags actually I used to have one because I did a lot of work in hospitals. Detect how much radiation you've been exposed to. One of the first firms I worked at did a lot of hospital new construction and remodel works, and I happened to do a lot of imaging department replacements and upgrades and expansions. So my hospital badge had one of those thingies on it. All right, let's open this Fleer pack. Welcome to Drake's. It's Charlie G from Vintage Breaks West, and we're breaking a 1982 Fleer Baseball Wax Pack number 197. It's not a personal. We've got two people in it, Bennett Page and Brian Billingsley, so we're going to have to randomize our list 6 times. Good luck to Bennett and Brian. All right, Brian's going to get the first, Bennett's going to get the last. All right. Ooh. First card for you, Brian, right here. As soon as I get my penny sleeves ready. These first packs of the night, I always forget. Got to do numbered ones for these, the non-personal packs. All right, first card right here for Brian. Underneath, I believe, well, these don't have puzzle cards. They have sticker cards. We've got the Cubs sticker card. Mr. Billingsley, would you like the Cubs sticker card, or would you like to donate to the Charlie G. Cubs Foundation? First up, we've got Rudy May. Craig Reynolds. Jerry Garvin. All right, Brian. I'll put it behind card number 4 for you, which is Claudell Washington. Probably the best hit so far. Centering's not too bad. Love the retro Braves jersey. Slide him right there. Frank LeCourt, spot 5. That's awesome. I think, like I mentioned before on the Monday show, I'm the kind of person that I would love to wander around a facility like that just because it's a marvel of engineering. All right, Raphael Lenstor. Story is Bennett's card page number 6. Number 7's Brian Downing, also for Bennett. Another cool retro uniform, Lee Lacy, spot 8 for Bennett. The Pirates. Dave Parker, also for the Pirates. Spot number 9 for Brian. Don Baylor. Yeah, I guess, people weren't, as fascinated with the umps, so they stopped making them. Raymond Avelis for Bennett. Alan Ashby for Brian. Damaso Garcia, 13 for Brian. Mr. Bob Horner. With all cards of Schmutz on the front of the card. Looks like there's a printing issue there. Spot 14 for Brian. And the last card going out to Bennett is Ed Lynch. And that wraps up our 82 Fleer Basketball Pack 197. Thanks for watching. There would be so many Angel Hernandez cards with creases and tears. Yeah, I'm pretty sure if they made ump cards now, they would be probably used on dartboards for practice. Or heavily abused. You're welcome, Brian. I wish I hit some better cards for you, but that's what happens sometimes. Yeah, Bill, you'd have to pull that one pack fresh. Yeah, so a little, I believe on Monday I told you guys that I finally made my SGC submittal that I've been talking about for quite some time. Well, again, SGC is probably the only people with customer service anymore. Well, they received it today, and they've already logged it in and counted the cards to make sure they're the same number of cards I claimed. It's, same day they received it. I get that email with confirmation that they received it, and it contained the correct number of cards, 42. I don't know why SGC can do it, PSA can't. What's up, Preston? How are you doing tonight? Yeah, they're pretty well centered, Brian. All right, let's do another $10 break credit. First person on my screen to answer correctly will get a $10 break credit. Awesome, Mr. Perry. We'll see how quick we can get it back. It looks like their time that you were saying was like 30 to 45 business days. What side are you on, Preston? Actually, what side's everyone on with the game tonight? Cardinals or Dodgers? I really don't have any skin in the game, but I'm gonna root Dodgers. And while you guys are letting me know the team you're rooting for, we're gonna ask this question. $10 break credit, first person on my screen. During the opening scene in the 1991 movie Hot Shots, during the opening scenes, one of the deck crew can be seen carrying what common household object across the flight deck? In the 1991 movie Hot Shots, during the opening scenes, one of the deck crew can be seen carrying what common household object across the flight deck? Not mop, broom, or plunger. And if for whatever reason I am wrong, you can send me a screen capture of the object. I'll be happy to road your $10 break credit, but so far I have not seen the answer I am looking for. Not a sink. Or a microwave. Mr. Charles Perry with the correct answer. It was a floor lamp. I'll accept lamp. Now the question is, Charles, did you Google it, look it up, remember it, or other? Preston Canada, Vintage Breaks card stand is only commonly available in the Vintage Breaks world. Yeah, it was a lamp. It was a floor lamp, Charles Perry. But you got it. Nice guessing. Yeah, that's right. Billy Blair just beat you out by like half a second. Well, now you got this one all to yourself. Another $10 has been added to your account. Yeah, so my SGC submittal had a variety of very well loved vintage cards in it. Some ultra modern stuff. I finally submitted all my Patrick Wisdom's autos that I'd collected. Had some of Acuna's little brother autos in it that I picked up. And then also I'm going to have SGC take a second look at that one Fatima card that they sent me back as authentic, and I can't quite figure out why it's authentic and not a numerical grade. So I figure it's worth, for a card of that caliber to spend the $35 or $40, whatever it ends up costing me, to just have them take another look at it, just to be sure. Hey, yeah, mine was a variety pack of cards going back to 1914 to 2021, so nice little variety there. Yeah, I am definitely in the market for one of the iconic Bowman Leaping Pee Wee Reese cards. Trying to buy one from Mr. Chris K.O., but haven't quite come to a deal on it, but might be able to pick up something else. Also, that's one of the cards I'll be targeting when I go to the Philly show in December. That's right, I will be going to the Philly show in December. I'm not going there to work, I'm going there as a civilian. But I'm sure you'll be able to find me quite frequently at the Vintage Rakes booth. That's a cool card. Are you planning on keeping it, or are you gonna try to sell it? It's one of those iconic cards that I think everyone should have in their collection. But this is also coming from a guy who's a vintage lover. Yeah, the joke is that I've got 2 orders at PSA that I sent in January of this year. So the question is, will my SGC order that I just sent in this week come back before the PSA order, 2 PS orders I sent in January of this year, or the order I just sent in 2 days ago? Yeah, I don't have anything at CSG. I don't know. I just haven't quite gotten there yet. I'd buy CSG cards. I'm not sure if I'd grade with CSG. But just purely personal opinion. Just old school. I'll go with SGC for right now, in my opinion. Yeah, Sean, it's going to be cold for me, but it's okay. I have a jacket. It'll be all right. I'll be inside. I don't plan on being outside very much. You hitting the craps tables with J5 of the boys? Ooh, PSA Express, SGC the same day. I'd be willing to bet you probably get the SGC order back first. And I'll be in Las Vegas actually here in 2 weeks now? 2 weeks now for the Las Vegas card show, as well as the whiskey festival that's occurring up there. I don't know if Cody C's still up in here, but Cody, did you ever decide you were going to go to the whiskey show? At the very least, maybe we could catch up with each other at the card show. What's happening, Mr. Matt? Mr. Matt's a new member of the Vintage Breaks community. I think he's got some cards he'll be listing for sale here shortly on the Vintage Breaks Buy Sell Trade Forum. Made several deals with him so far. You're not doing whiskey, you'll die. Well, maybe I can catch you at the card show. I'll be there on Saturday morning. In fact, I think this card right here is one of the ones I got a vintage break spot from Matt. We're giving away for free with the next person who makes a $50 purchase on the site. Hey, no problem, Matt. Always happy to provide guidance. Sometimes I'm not going to be the best price, but you know, sometimes you know, no problem. Give you advice, especially if I've got the cards I want. Let's see here. What else we got over here in the stack of stuff? Yeah, definitely keep the emails coming. I like you've been the collection you've got is very varied. It's been fun to see it and help you out. Let me see what else I can add to this stack over here. That's oops. Okay, so we're gonna add a Darryl Strawberry MVP, a Warren Spahn, and a Mr. Schmitty. Alright. Next person in the video will get that quartet of cards. But a nice lot of 5 cards from Antonio. Excellent. Yeah, I've noticed on Vintage Break Special Trade there's been a couple of nice Ernie Banks up that have gone up and came back down really quick. I think there was one that Chris Coe had for sale. I was actually thinking about getting as an investment piece. Oh, Preston, that's you know, getting a Chicago Cub for out of the old Judge set is on my bucket list of cards. They're just super hard to find and find with good color on them. Hey, what's going on, Steven? We're doing pretty good. Just having a little laid back night, talking cards and sports and. Well, right now tonight we're doing a movie trivia on Top Shots as well. Or Hot Shots, sorry. Yeah, finding old Judge cards in good visual condition is tough. I'd be perfectly happy getting like a 1 or a 2, as long as it's got, you know, good eye appeal. And that is the trick with those cards, because they didn't hold up very well. Speaking of mailman, let's do another question. First person by screen to answer correctly will get a $10 break credit. In the 1991 movie Hot Shots, when mailman hits the eject button, it's actually VCR. What's the name of the video that pops out? In the 1991 movie Hot Shots, when mailman hits the eject button, it's actually VCR. What's the name of the video that pops out? Oh, Preston, that sounds awesome. I hope you post a picture of it in the buy sell trade when it arrives. I love those cards. It is not Back to the Future. It's not Rambo. Top Gun would be funny, but that is not the correct answer. If you're going to guess mainstream movies, that's not the answer. Charles Perry, the question was in the 1991 movie Hot Shots, when mailman hits the eject button, It's actually VCR. What's the name of the video that pops out? So if you don't if I'm just going to go out and say if you guys don't know the answer, it's going to be a race to see who can Google the answer first. Because you will not guess the title of the video. Mr. Billy Blair has the correct answer. It's Alaska fly fishing. Now, Billy, did you look it up online or did you know that was the answer? Looks like you were guessing before, so I'm going to go with you probably. Yep, YouTube. There are no rules on Vintage Breaks West for how to answer the questions. Just you have to be the first one on my screen. All right, Bill, you got another $10 break credit in your account to spend however you see fit. Alaska or the fly fish don't even know that answer. Yeah, I really thought it was a good opportunity in the movie for the since it's a parody of Top Gun, for them to pop out a copy of Top Gun, but maybe they're worried about getting sued. All right. Remember, guys, we got the $3 all-night promo for a $50 break credit. We've got the $10 at 100 spots. Brian, nothing new yet. I did talk to the boss man. He's going to look into those 2007 football products and see if he can pick something up. Might take a little bit for him to locate something and get it listed. But the team seems to agree that having options to get Mr. Brady, Megatron, Peterson, who else? 2007, et cetera, for 2007. It's a pretty jam-packed year. Would be a good idea. Yeah, Sean, I'm not a lawyer, but yeah, I would think that would be ill-advised to do that. Of course, they could have also done a parody of a parody and had the movie Spaceballs come out or something. Alright guys, is there a product on the site that I happen to have that you guys would like to see bountied? I didn't put on any bounty packs or boxes tonight because you guys haven't seemed to be interested in the things that I want to bounty. So if anybody wants to propose something for me to bounty, let me know. Grant Breeze Rogers, Pujols, Votto, Warner, yep. Definitely a lot of good stuff those years. So as the boss man says, I'm not the guy who makes those decisions. So what else is new with the group here? We'll have Mr. Cubby out here for the rest of the season. That's no problem, Brian. I like the suggestions. It's always good to get new stuff. Yeah, I think my buying list of things I'm looking for at the next shows I'll be attending will be a 1954 Ernie Banks PSA 7. It's still on my list. Still something I need to upgrade in my personal collection. I'll also be looking for a 1953 Jackie Robinson Topps. The 53 P release we talked about earlier. I think that's the only specific cards I think I've got on my list of things I want to get. Also would like to find some more really cool pre-war Cubs cards. So Brian Smith, the next show that I'm going to will be the show that's in Las Vegas the weekend of the 23rd, here in like 3 weekends from now. That'll be the next one that I'm going to, and then the one after that I'm going to will be the Philadelphia show, which I believe is the second week of December. I believe there's a Dallas show as well coming up that I'm not going to be attending. I've actually never been to a Dallas show. I've been to some of the Houston shows over the years. But there's a Dallas show coming up. There was just a show in, was it Knoxville? Nashville? Nashville. I heard it was pretty good. I did not attend that. I'm just counting down the days to the next national in Atlantic City, where the entire Vintage Breaks crew will be at again next year. Hopefully you guys can all make arrangements to come hang out with the gang. They'll, of course, be giving away lots of cool stuff for coming to the booth and talking to us, as well as offering some very special products to break during that time frame. Yeah, Chicago is probably the closest for you. I mean, there has been talk of bringing back the Cleveland show. Sounds like somebody's buying the Exo Arena and going to remodel it and bring it up to speed. And there's a possibility the show might be going back to Cleveland. The Nashville show would probably be pretty close to you too. Cincinnati is about equidistant between Chicago and Nashville, isn't it? Billy Blair, I'll do you better here. I'll just drop a link right in the chat. It's July 27th through the 31st of next year. Here's a link to the National Show website. Yeah, Preston, I mean, from a collection standpoint, I know I've mentioned this before on the show, is that I am highly focused, you know, this is me personally talking, you know, whatever. Yeah, Brian, there was a good show this weekend in Nashville. It was the second time they've run it, and from what I understand, it was actually a really good show. You may want to check that out. I'm not sure what the link is for it, but I'm sure if you Google it, you can probably find it. But for my personal opinion on collecting is that you should enjoy what you collect, and for me, that means it has to be out on display. And I personally have limited myself to only displaying cards in my office, and I have a limited amount of space, so I go for quality over quantity, and I'm highly fixated on Cubs cards, and so it's I don't enjoy having cards sitting in boxes where they just are aren't enjoyed and appreciated. So if you're looking to quote unquote downsize, you don't necessarily have to close down. You could focus in and go from quantity to quality. Yeah, Cleveland's a cool place. Actually, the job that I was talking about earlier that I worked for first is their corporate architectural offices in Cleveland, Ohio. So I spent some time up there. Cleveland's a cool place to hang out. Well, Bill, you've got an hour warning for when Atlantic City is, when the show is there. So you just have to have your family vacation scheduled around the baseball card show. So that's what I've been doing with my collection lately. I used to have a lot of stuff in boxes, so I sold off a lot of my collection. That was in boxes. It just wasn't really appreciated. All the stuff that is cool, but just I'm a Cubs fan. I like the older cards, so I kind of consolidated, I guess is the way it is. That's just my personal opinion. Some people like having stuff on shelves and boxes, and that's fine. Collect what you love and do what you love. I just wish there was more bigger shows here on the West Coast. Well, Bill, you can't tell the family that's why you're playing it that week. You just kind of have to just plan it for that week as if that's the week that works. And then say, oh, by the way, I'm going to go to Atlantic City this other week to go to a baseball card show. All right, let's see here. Nobody seems to want Rusty and his friends here. So let me see what I can do here different. Okay. Let's see. This is I forgot who this was. Okay. I've got a 1950. Well, gotta take this one out. Okay, so I'm going to add the current stack. It looks like this might have gotten some water on it at some point in time. But it's 1953 Bowman Color Duke Snider. It's got some creases, and it looks like it got some water at some point in its life. So that's why it's going to go into this pile of cards as a $50 bonus. But it is still a 53 Duke Snider. Duke's seen some stuff with this card. So we're gonna throw Duke in here. Duke's had a rough life, so give him a good home. Yeah, Presley, that's the way to do it. There's for example, I've been slowly letting go of my Mickey Mantles. Mickey's a great player. It's cool and all, but Mickey just doesn't do anything for me personally. I'm keeping a couple of the key cards I think are just graphically important or cool, like the 69 Mickey that shows his entire stats on the back. I've got a 53. It's probably the closest I'll ever get to a 52. I have a couple of years in between. I haven't sold yet. Just selling those off is when I, quote unquote, need to. You'll probably see some of those maybe for sale closer to the Philly show or definitely probably before Nationals next year to build up the war chest for purchases at the show. And selling a card through, at least if you're selling cards through Vintage Breaks Buy Sell Trade, it's usually pretty painless. A lot of the guys you see out there buying and selling are pretty active here in the chat. And of course, you're selling. Sometimes you're buying and selling cards from us, the Breakomaniacs. I know Mr. Sammy's been out there buying and selling a lot lately. He's from when he first started with us, not really being a card collector, he's definitely becoming a savvy connoisseur of sports cards. He's starting to pick up a couple things here and there. He just picked up one of those Ernie Banks that I mentioned earlier. I thought was a steal of a price. Mr. Mark Pipsney. Mark, if you're in the chat and you want to spend another $18, you'll get this collection of cards here. You'll get 89 Warren Spahn, Mike Schmidt, Darryl Strawberry. Kind of some good cards from at least my personal childhood. Bring back some nostalgic memories. Plus a 66 Rusty Staub that looks like it's packed fresh. And a 53 Bowman Color Duke Snider that's seen some stuff. It's been water damaged and it's had a rough life. But still a 53 Bowman Color Duke Snider. If not, that's cool. Appreciate your purchase and good luck in the 86 Fleer Mixer set break. Yeah, I think I'm going to try to go to one more card show this year, but I haven't determined which one that'll be in November. So if anybody has any suggestions on big card shows that are in November, let me know. What the what? What's up, Mr. Chef? How's it going tonight, the chef? Brian Smith, I think the most accurate place to get values to cards is eBay. I mean, you can't argue with, the sheer volume that sells through on eBay. But if you're looking for stuff that's a little less common, I am personally, this is not endorsed, I am personally a big fan of VCP. I've showed this before on the show, but I'll bring it up here just so you guys can see it. So it's the website, Vintage Card Graded Card Price Guide. It's just vintagecardprices.com. And you can't really see the entire screen, but you just hit the search button. You can search by keyword, player name, set name. I'm not even sure what this is. Baseball, select whatever you want. So if you're looking for baseball, you search 1953 Topps Satchel Page. So it'll bring up this page. It'll have price value for PSA, SGC, GI, BV. This tracks all of the various eBay and all the big auction houses. So Ted, if you ever post anything in Vintage Breaks Buy Sell Trade for sale, I'll be happy to offer you whatever PSA thinks it's worth, because PSA is usually way low. And so what you can do is you can kind of see what the trend is. Say you're looking at a PSA 5 Satchel Page. So it brings up a chart. It goes right now. It's only showing between. It's just only showing this year, January, to current. But you could pull it back and see the history of the card, all the way back, and you can see when it's started spiking, back in into last year. You used to be able to pick up this card for $500-600, and now you can't get one, under 1,500 about. Yeah, 1,400, 2,700, 2,000. Kind of varies depending on eye peel. And then what I like about it too is it captures a picture of the card, so you can tell sometimes if the card is legitimate. I've used this to catch at least one person selling a fake card. So it's got eBay, Love the Game, Mile High, Golden, Member Lane. It also gets REA. Yeah, VCP. It's VintageCardPrices.com. Is the website VintageCardPrices.com. Again, this isn't sponsored. I personally pay for a membership to the site, and I think it's great. You can also use it to track your collection as well. You can put in your collection into it, and it'll give you real-time feedback on pricing of it. And it can send you alerts if something goes up or down if you want it to. So it's pretty cool, and it's got a lot of the obscure cards in it too. I really like it. I use this every day. Yeah, I can drop a link in the chat just so nobody's confused. Oops, I closed YouTube. Let me get back over to YouTube. There it is. All right, that's the website right there. Excuse me. Chef, the membership's $180 a year. No, my karaoke site is available elsewhere. You're getting me and Charles Perry confused. Charles Perry is the karaoke master. All right, looks like Mark isn't in chat, so this is still available for the next person who spends $50. All right, we're going to do one more movie trivia question, and then we're going to have to hold off on any more questions until something else sells out. What's up, Mr. Kangas? All right. First person on my screen to answer correctly will get a $10 break credit. In the 1991 movie Hot Shots, what unique feature does Topper Harley's teepee have on the outside? Something you wouldn't normally expect on a teepee. In the 1990 movie Hot Shots, what unique feature does Topper Harley's teepee have on the outside? Something you wouldn't normally see on a teepee. The 50 Bowman set break is pretty sweet. The answer is not TV or antenna. Or a solar panel. Or a weather thingy. Wind gauge or helicopter or wind. Not sure how wind would be a feature. Or wind indicator. None of those things I was able to observe on it. It's something that is interacted with in order to notify Hopper that someone's at the door. Maybe that'll help somebody? Mr. Preston Cantor with the correct answer first. It has a doorbell on it. Preston Cantor. Ring. They didn't have Ring cameras in 1991 yet, Cody. All right, Preston, you got a $10 break credit in your account. And so back to the this is the 1950 set break. We've got Yogi, Campy, and Pee Wee, Teddy, Jackie, and the Duke are the big six out of this one. And of course, we got a bunch of other beautiful cards, nicely centered. Oh yeah, it's an incredibly stupid movie, Brian, but it's hilarious. I personally would love to have this 2.5 Jackie. The Campy, I believe, is Campy's a 3. I don't know why it cuts off the top of the image, but this Jackie's beautiful, and at a $43 price point, it's ain't too shabby for a shot. Don't feel bad if you want to buy set break spots while I'm on. That's fine. We can sit here and chat all night long, and we don't have to break anything. We just gotta have some sales going in order to continue to sit here and chat all night long. Oh, Billy, numbers are numbers. It don't matter if you're buying on my show or someplace else. I mean, it's always cool to buy from my show, but you don't have to buy stuff I break. You still get the promos that I'm running. Just jumped on. Is this ending at 11 or midnight? Is Gilmore ever coming back, or did he finally join a monster and give up Vintage Breaks life? Nah, Paul, he was back last night. Me and him did the CG Squared show last evening. He just took a little time off to go play a video game that came out. Of course, he also hadn't had a real proper vacation in quite some time. So he's back. And so the plan right now is the show ends at 1 a.m. But if it continues to be very slow, I'll probably stop at midnight. Which just all kind of depends on what's happening here, Yeah, Gilmore resumes his normal schedule. Is scheduling tomorrow. So what's the score? Still tied up top of the 7th. All right. Let me see here. What else do we have going on here? That's right. So I mean, it's a tough job to hold on for. I also want to plug another set break we've got. It's a 65 fully graded set. Every single card in the set is graded PSA 8 or better, including a PSA 9 Steve Carlton. No qualifiers. All straight 8s. It's a little pricey, $150 a spot, but shot at a PSA 8 mantle, 2nd year rose, beautiful rose. And remember, his first rose card, it's one of the 4 heads on a card, so this is his first solo card. Beautiful Hank, Willie Mays, Sandy Koufax, all 8s. It is a beautiful set. Every card's graded. So, just just a little plug for that set. We're just over halfway there on it. And of course, for those of you that maybe a few extra bucks, this one's got better odds for you, much smaller set. Unfortunately, it cuts off of my screen here because it doesn't cut off here. For $175 a spot, 344 card random, the 1951 complete set, including a PSA 2 Mickey Mantle 51 Bowman. I mean, it's, Mickey's been through some stuff. It's off center, the corners are loved, but it's a newer PSA grade in a 2. Willie's definitely seen some stuff. The Willie Mays is really tough condition, but it's still a authentic PSA 1 Willie Mays, huge card. And then we've got a PSA 5 Teddy Williams and a 6 Roy Campy. If you want a Ripken, Topps, Donruss, or Fleer. Brian Smith, the highest value Ripken is going to be the Topps. I personally like the Ripken Fleer a lot. I think it's a cool card. I think it's a harder card to find, but Topps is the gold standard. Yeah, the 51 Bowman cards, in general, are beautiful cards. And I still think they're undervalued. Even the 51 Mantle is very undervalued. And it's is arguably his rookie card. It's 1 year sooner than the Topps. Preston dipping his toe in a little bit, at least getting some action on the $10 at 100. That may or may not break tonight, may not sell out, but that's all right. It will explode. But we are going to give away a $3, $50 break credit promo regardless tonight. Sort of some other people's quote-unquote bucket list cards that you guys are looking for that you'd love to add to your collection. I mean, that are, I don't want to, everyone's budgets are a little bit different. For me, for example, I'm sure everyone would say 52 Mantle, but reality is, for me personally, 52 Mantle is probably out of my budget forever unless something happens differently. But my current cards that I'm looking for to satisfy my bucket list will be like a 54 PSA 7 Banks, a 53 Leaping Pee Wee Reese, the 53 Jackie, 48 Leaf Jackie, probably never going to have it, but that's like a super stretch maybe. 1948 Babe Ruth are probably my current cards that I'm actively seeking as grail cards for my collection. What are some other people's grail cards? That's pretty spicy. 55 Clemente is a beautiful card. Brooks Robinson's no slouch either. – And definitely some cards that are certainly obtainable. And what I mean by obtainable is that they sell frequently and for a wide range of grades. Um, so you're able to, even if you're looking for a lower end card, they come up frequently. If you're looking for a card that's maybe towards the higher end, they come up frequently. Um, you're not looking for something that's rare than hen's teeth, as it were. So what's nice about that means that you can pick and choose the cards you really want to pursue from an eye appeal standpoint. So if you really want to get something with great eye appeal, you don't have to settle for whatever your price range ends up being, a PSA 4, 5, 8, what have you. You could find a really good example of the one you want. I personally don't like the Cracker Jacks cards, but they are a beautiful card. Especially if you get some ones with really nice vivid red backgrounds that are still, really bright. They are nice looking cards. Just not my cup of tea. Definitely 1952 Topps Mantle, but also now really wish I could get the 1914 Cracker Jack and Joe Jackson or Ty Cobb. That would be pretty amazing, Mr. Kangas. Yeah, I'd also like to add a Ty Cobb and a Cy Young T206 to my collection. I think those are obtainable. Um, they'd be super low grade for me in my personal budget, but I think you get some good eye appeal cards in a PSA 1 or 2. Paul, you're talking about this Fatima right here? Paul, the reason I'm selling it is I don't, maybe you didn't notice the description, but there are only 11 graded examples of this card between SGC and PSA. This is the third highest graded example. I also own the second highest graded example in a 3.5. So I don't need two. And these are super rare cards. Only 11 graded examples out there. This is the third highest graded example. Um, and I know there's other Cubs fans in the Vintage Race community that would probably love to have a very early Cubs card. 107 years old right now, and just offering it up to the community. If I don't get any bites on it, I'll probably sell it off at one of the shows or elsewhere. But yeah, I want to offer it to you guys first. But yeah, the reason I'm selling is because I have a 3.5. So if anybody's interested, I don't bite. Make an offer. I also, if anyone's interested, I also have this. I haven't had this poster for a little while, but I do also have this really nice example of the team card from 1913. These are 1 year earlier. This is only a PSA 1 because that corner is missing. What's super rare about this card is the getting an image that's still a good image. The clarity on this photo card is amazing, which is what makes it why I bought it originally and paid a premium for it, and why I'm asking a premium for it. Most of the time when you find these cards, they're super faded out of focus, have it super exposed. It's just not a beautiful picture, especially in a 1. So I think it's worth every bit of 300 or even more maybe. But I also happen to own a higher grade of this now too, in a PSA 4 that is equally good clarity in the card. And Brian Smith, I will respectfully decline your offer of $2. Thank you very much, though. No problem, Paul. And Brian, to answer your question about DraftKings, I personally don't use DraftKings, They just made sports betting legal in Arizona at the beginning of the football season, and I've chose to use to sign up with MGM. So I use the MGM app for my sports betting. And yeah, I haven't actually deposited any money in it yet. I've only made some small bets, and I'm still running off the free money they gave me when I signed up. I've gotten pretty close with some pretty radical $5 12-way parlays though. One that I I I bet with Mr. Cody and his Reds, and I would have won the 12-way parlay if I didn't bet on the Reds, and that would have been like, I don't know, 10 grand. But I went with the Reds. But that's all right. It was only a $5 bet. It was $5 that wasn't my money. Yeah, Brian Smith, that's new to me personally. I mean, I've always, Vegas, I'm a gambler. I play blackjack, roulette, the slots. And the extent of my sports betting ever in Vegas was either the horses, the dogs, and usually the horses, the dogs, I usually just bet to win, place, or show. I forget what that's called. And I would sports bet the money line for whoever's going to win. And now that I've got the app and I can kind of, I don't feel like an idiot standing at the betting window asking questions or fumbling my way through things, I have been doing some more. I've been experimenting with these various prop bets and parlay bets. And it makes it interesting, to be able to bet on every Sunday football game for $5, a dollar, $10, whatever. And yeah, you could win, like Cody said, 3K, 10K on a $5 bet, $5-10 bet. So I think it's cool. Paul Kangas, I haven't gone to that extent yet. I think if I don't hear back from my Cubs guy, I don't understand why he hasn't responded to me. Maybe I made him mad. I don't know. But I'll start reaching out to other Cubs historian services. Oh wow, Billy! I think it passed for us in January, and they had it running in a month ago. Yeah. Cody, so wait, the odds are different at the kiosk versus the window? I did not realize that. I just always feel like an idiot when I'm at the window and I'm making my bet. Yeah, Brian Smith, a good analogy there. It gives you a little bit of skin in the game. So when if you're like me, I do have NFL Sunday ticket, and so on Sundays I'm watching football from morning to night. Uh, and if I wanted to, I could just parlay bet on the games that I plan on watching throughout the day, and then I can root on the various teams besides who I'm rooting for based on my uh, um, football league. All right, guys, if we don't make a sale of at least $100 in the next 15 minutes, we're just gonna call it an early night. It's cool and all, but we gotta get some sales or something happening. But I've definitely enjoyed it. I mean, everybody bet responsibly, and don't go beyond your means. It's I look at it as entertainment. Instead of going to see a movie for $20, you can bet $20 on a game and watch it. All right, Billy Blair made a purchase. Got some. Oh yeah, went for the 50 Bowman set and maybe sold at $82. Well, you're going to get the Duke Schneider 53 Bowman color. That's like I said, Duke has seen some stuff. He's been in the water, but it actually, I mean, from 2 feet away, it presents pretty well. Rusty Staub, and then a gaggle of 89 stars in Famers. You also get a pair of 89 packs. Yeah, I think I just need to make sports betting. I don't know why this keeps slipping down. I think they just need to make sports betting legal everywhere. I do not partake in it, but I also think they need to make marijuana legal everywhere as well. Oh, $82, not Fleer. The chef is back. Donners, not Fleer. Chef, we missed you, man. Yes, sir. We'll open your Donners pack right now. Just got to get it added to the calendar. And how's Cousin Bob doing tonight, Chef? He said hi. Good. Well, I'm glad he said hi. Nice, Brian. Are you going to open it or are you going to hold on to it? So, Chef, let's talk cookies. Is there any way we can make cookies an option for Chef's Bakery this winter? Welcome to Vintage Breaks. I'm host Charlie G from Vintage Breaks West. We're going to be breaking this $1982 Fleer Pack number 43. We got to randomize our list 9 times. 9 times on the random. Good luck to Bennett, Billingsley, and Billy Blair. 9 times. I can always go for a cookie. Those of you who met me at the national show understand I'm a big dude. I like my cookies. All right, there's our break order. Mr. Bennett getting the first one and Billy getting the last one. First card's going to be underneath the puzzle card on the top. Paul Kangas, I've got to decide what my next card's going to be that I'm going to give away. Puzzle card and unwrapper in the trash. First up at spot number 1 is Chris Spear for Bennett. Larry Bradford. Yeah, Chef, I guess that's, I mean, I'm sure you make better money doing that than you do making cookies. Although I would pay premium money for those cookies because they were delicious. Danny Goodwin. I say this from the bottom of my heart. They were as good, if not better, than my mother's. She's probably turning in her grave right now. Cesar Cedino. Greg Gross. That's spot 6. Spot 7, we've got the Yankee winners with Ron Gertie and Tommy John. I don't know if I've ever pulled this card before. Roy Smalley. Tim Laundrie. Laundner. 9. Lee Mazzelli. Glenn Abbott. Spot 12 for Billy Blair. We've got Mr. Gary Carter. Then we've got another good one up next for Bennett. Mr. Fred Lynn. That's right, Chef. If you're going to do something, do it full ass. Spot 14, Scott Fletcher for Billy, and we appears to have an extra card. Extra card will go to Bennett at spot number 1. Doug Corbett. That wraps up our $1982 wax pack number 43. Thanks for watching. This goes to Bennett Page. I totally agree. He is undervalued. Love my 75 minis. I think I mentioned it on Monday, but I did on the latest Heritage auction pick up another PSA 10 75 mini. Speaking of rarer than hen's teeth. They're very hard to find. Let me look here, Brian. I don't even remember what the player name was. Un momento. I'll bring it up here on the screen. This is it, Mr. Fred Norman. Paid just over $300 for it, shipped. This is also a prime example of PSA 10s don't necessarily have to be centered on the back. So even fairly common players are expensive. There's a couple that I missed out on of other slightly, rarer common players. This one I think has a population of 8, if I remember right. Maybe fairly kind of low. Uh, Other ones sold for $600-700 for common players, just have a lower population. There was one PSA 10 Pop 1 that's for a common player that sold for over $1,200. No, Chef, I'm not ranked number one. I don't even have a complete set yet. I'm focusing on just getting 9s and 10s. I've got a couple 8s, especially the bigger cards. I'm slowly but surely getting there. But yeah, the guy at number one in the set registry has like a dozen or so of the only PSA 10s out there. I currently only own one PSA 10 that's the only PSA 10 out there. And it's one that I pulled from a pack. Actually, it was from a pack from a box that I'd bought. It's a common player. That's the only one. Now my goal is to make it the top 10, which I think is achievable, but it's just going to take some time. I've got all the big cards in either an 8 or a 9 already. Let me see what my current count is on my spreadsheet. Yeah, I currently have 338 of the cards, and my current average grade is 8.75. I'm trying to get the set together where it's just north of 9. Yes, all minis. 1975 Topps Mini, 338 cards. Currently 8.75 is the average grade. And my goal is to get it over a 9. Which means obviously upgrading all of my 8s to 9s. Or getting more 10s. It's gotten very difficult to find because I've gotten pretty much all the cards that trade regularly in high grade. Now I'm down to the ones that don't trade very often in PSA 9 or 10s. So it's greatly slowed down. When I first embarked on this mission in 2019. Yes, 2019. About June or July of 2019, I embarked on that mission, and it went very good for the first year because I was able to pick up a lot of, and quite honestly, a lot of the PSA 9s are under $30, $30-40 a piece graded. Some are even less. So I picked up pretty much all of those fairly quickly, and then it became very slow going. And that's pretty cool, Chef. It's just one of those things you just chip away at. It's one of the few things that I make the exception for in my collecting rules. It's something I don't display. I'm still troubled by what I'm going to do when I'm done with it, because after I'm done searching for it and it's complete, what do I do with it? Do I sell it? Do I figure out a way to display it? It's going to take a huge amount of wall space to display a complete set. I was actually really disappointed when I was at Nationals. Some people did have 75 minis in high grade. Unfortunately, the few that I saw were ones I already had. I was really expecting to find some more to add to my collection. All right, I'm going to go ahead and say we're going to end the show at midnight tonight. We're not going to push till 1 a.m. It just seems to be kind of a slow night, and I'm a little tired anyhow. Exactly, Billy. Well, that's what I think in general. I remember I grew, you know, I grew up with Leighton owes you, so wait till he has a new buy. um, I know I've mentioned this before on the show. My father is a very very advanced collector of railroad memorabilia. Stuff that used to be on trains. Lanterns, china, playing cards, whatever. He's got it. He's got a very very impressive collection. He also collects Lionel trains as well. And so I grew up as a kid. Every time we went on vacation, we drove so we could go to every antique store between here and wherever we were going, or I should say Atlanta and wherever we were going, because I grew up in Atlanta. That was all obviously pre-eBay, and it was always fun going to antique stores because you'd find stuff, and some antique stores wouldn't necessarily know what they had, and you had to really hunt for stuff. And now we have eBay, and you could sit back and search for whatever you want, and it's not hard to find stuff. It's also, I mean, good or bad, it's also equalized the playing ground that people can find out the value of their stuff easily. And so when you go to a garage sale or antique store, whether it's here or in the middle of nowhere, um, it's very rare to find a steal anymore. So love it or hate it, eBay's been a great equalizer in the hobby. It's also made things that we thought were rare common, and things that maybe we thought were common rare. Is bidnapping still a good thing? I'm not even sure what bidnapping is. Paul King is. I only have 2 bonuses running tonight. I've got the $3 all night. We're going to end at midnight tonight. $3 for a $50 break credit, and I also have a $10 at 100 entries for a 1950 Bowman. First place, second place is 81 Topps basketball, third place 72 Topps baseball, fourth or 10th are BAMs, and the butter position gets 81 Topps basketball. I don't think we're going to close that out in the next 30 minutes. I don't know what Bidnapper is. Is that one of those sniping sites where they place bids for you automatically the last couple seconds of an auction? I know people still use them. I think eBay says you aren't supposed to. I'm very similar to, I think Leighton's mentioned on his shows a couple times, that when he sees something he likes, he just bids on it what he's willing to pay for it and walks away. That's what I do on stuff. Is if I see something I like, I'll bid on it, what I want to pay for it, and walk away from it. Occasionally, if it's something I really, 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 really want, I'll sit there and watch it. But even then, this postcard I bought recently, we've been talking about a lot of the show in the last 2 weeks. I just bid a ridiculous amount of money on it, and what I thought was a ridiculous amount of money on it, at least, and hoped I got it. That's right, Chef. I just walk in, put my money down, and walk away. Who was that Santa-looking man? Just call me jolly old Santa Claus. Actually, we're getting pretty close to Charlie G Santa Claus season here too. I can't believe it's nearing Christmas. We're in October, guys. We got 2 more months until Santa Charlie G comes out. Get my bag of goodies to give away to everyone. People buy big time on eBay. Yeah, I mean, I think Brian. I don't know if you've been on when I've talked about in the past, but I honestly don't understand the pricing structure of ultra modern cards at all. I think it's ridiculous how much ultra modern cards are going for. For example, I've been looking to pick up a Justin Fields rookie patch auto or nice auto, fairly low numbered, maybe something at 50 or less, because as I've mentioned many times before, there's no value in getting a base rookie card of anybody anymore because there are a million of them or millions of them. But I could go buy a high grade Walter Payton rookie for less than a Justin Fields RPA. I think I've mentioned before on the show one of my big idols as a child was Refrigerator Perry. And that's actually one of the rookie cards that's on my bucket list too to buy is a Refrigerator Perry rookie card, and I could buy a PSA 10 for that for what people want for Justin Fields, RPAs or really low numbered rookie autos, and it's I mean people are buying them and selling them, but I just don't understand. Chef, what sport are you interested in? I've got a variety of stuff. Yeah, Paul Kangas. We're not doing a sort of like closeout promo on the West. Yeah, I remember meeting Refrigerator Perry as a kid, and I had a wall poster, like a 30 by 42 wall poster of him that I got him to sign at a live event. And he was just a super nice guy. And I was probably like 8 at the time, 10 at the time. I can still picture the poster in my mind on the wall. And I just wish I still had it. I remember being ripped and beat up and, lots of pinholes in the corners. But I loved that poster. If I ever saw one at a show, I would buy it. Don't care if it was autoed or not. Yeah, to go about what Brian and I were talking about with the ultra modern versus vintage pricing. Remember, my thoughts are biased based on vintage because I'm a vintage collector at heart. I think Refrigerator Perry had like three touchdowns. Let me see here. I don't even know. Uh, 3 touchdowns. He played 138 games and got 3 touchdowns. Yeah, he was a. I just remember, at least from my interaction with him, with what other people have said, he was just a super gentle giant of a man. Super Bowl Shuffle. Yeah, that was a good time to be a Bears fan. Was that Walter Payton's last year? '87 was his last year. He played the skin, or yeah, '87 was last year. Let's see, at least I just looked it up. Peyton. It was the '86-'87 season. Unless Wikipedia's wrong, which is entirely possible. Doing the Googling on the fly is not necessarily the most reliable. Cards, Dodgers game is still tied up at the bottom of the 8th. That's your Peyton's in what, 76 football? Yeah, I don't have 76 football, but the North has 76 football. Brian Smith. Just FYI. We do have 76 Tops football. I don't have it, but the North has it. Chef, you said in 2 Walter Payton rookies or 2 Refrigerator Perry rookies? Chef, you already given up? Yeah, Bradshaw's a cool. I mean, just iconic football players. Nice. Nice, Chef. What's happening, Mr. Dudley? We're just winding down. We're going to be ending the show here at midnight. Yeah, Peyton rookie would be cool. But you know, like you said, you know, like you guys all know, I'm a vintage baseball kind of guy. Um, I'm very, 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 very selective about any sports cards I buy. They're outside of baseball. I do have a Magic Johnson second year card, PSA 8 in my collection because I think it was undervalued. But I'm definitely on the lookout for other iconic. I don't have any 81 football packs. Hopefully they come in my next reorder. Unfortunately, I didn't get one this week, so I'm down 2 weeks worth of order. Unfortunately, the North was unable to send me one for this week. I don't know. Talk to them. I'm at their mercy for what they could when and what they could send me. but I have requested 81 football packs. Let's see here, vintage-wise. Let's see what I got here. So vintage-wise, in the baseball department, I've got 76 O-Peachy. I've got some 78 O-Peachy. 78 O-Peachy? No, yeah, 78 O-Peachy. And I've got 79 Topps in O-Peachy. Basketball-wise, vintage at least, I've got, I believe, 79, 77, and 74. Vintage football, I mean, I'm just giving you the oldest stuff I've got. Let's see here. Old-wise, I don't have any really old football. I've got 84, 85, 86, 92, 93, and 89 football. I've also got 82 football, I believe, and 83. Yeah, I've got 82 football. This is 83 football. No, it looks like a... Nope, I've got one... I believe this is 83. So I've got 82 and 83 football. Yeah, I wish I had some more 81 football cellos. And then hockey-wise, I've got 76 Topps, 78 O-Peachy, 80 Topps, 81 Topps, 84 Topps, 85 Topps, 78 O-Peachy, I think I mentioned already, and I've got 88 Topps and O-Peachy hockey. That is what we've got. If somebody wants to buy something real quick to end the show on. I do also have 80 Topps baseball. If you and Robert want to split one. Or, Chef, you can get 79 baseball and Robert can do an 80 baseball. Just unfortunately out of things to give away and incentivize any further this evening. It would be very nice to pull a Ozzie Smith PSA 10. Although the PSA 9s have started to go up in value an awful lot, but obviously nowhere near as much as the PSA 10s. Or we can do 82 football. If I pull a card that I think is a PSA 10 Wizard of Oz, Chef, I will call Leighton. I may not be employed next week with Vintage Breaks, but I'll call Leighton. No, Brian. No, you will not. Actually, I do have a 75 mini pack if we really want to get wild and crazy. But I don't think that's going to happen. Alright. I understand, Chef. I do have the $89 packs you get for every $50 you spend, if that helps you, Chef. That's another thing. I'm waiting on the North Forest more promo stuff to give away. So I haven't got any updates for the last couple weeks. I'm out of stuff to give away. Alright, here we go. Welcome to Vintage Breaks, a real strategy for Vintage Breaks West, and tonight we're breaking this 1982 Topps Football Waxpack, number 150. It's a personal for Double E. Let's see what we can find. Let's see what hides within. Chef, what do I have to do? Call Leighton if we pull a PSA 10 Wizard of Oz? Yeah, totally. I had to rip this pack open, so I won't be sending this along for you, Chef. What was I doing? Oh boy, hold on. Okay. Is tonight the night we pull the LT? Steve Cox? No, I've already had my fair share of COVID tests with this COVID scare we had at the office. I'm done with people sticking long probes up my nose. Charlie Smith. Centering on these is looking really nice. Let's get the LT or Ronnie Lott out of here. Rich Wingo. Al Richardson. Ken Margram for the Bears. You know, Chef, I'd almost want to say I'd rather them stick a probe in my butt. Wilbert Montgomery. Oops. Ed Newman. I just don't like them poking at my brain through my nose. I know it's not what they're actually doing, but it's what it feels like. Your sticker is Nolan Cromwell. We got Steve Bartowski in action. Charles Alexander. Al Baker. Mel Blount. Come on. Only a few more shots here at LT. John James. Jack Holmes. Mr. Chef, just tune in for Vintage Break South with Gilmore. Gilmore has more stuff available than I do currently to do it. I hate to kick off to another show, but the Gilmore will hook it up. Joe Lavender. And that's going to be it for this 82 Topps Football Waxpack number 150. Thanks for watching. Alright, we got some really nicely centered cards, but not the cards we were looking for. Alright, Double E. Maybe he's hiding in the next pack. Alright, let me go back and see. I think Robert did some buying too, so make sure I get that here. Alright, Robert about half a pack, so Robert's getting these guys here. Oh, sorry, that's Robert Ferguson. I think I saw Bennett Page hop on there too. While I'm prepping the next pack, I'm going to go and ask another trivia question. First person on my screen to answer correctly will get a $10 break credit. In the 1991 movie Hot Shots, while waiting for his psychiatrist appointment, Topper is reading the swimsuit edition of what magazine? In the 1991 movie Hot Shots, while waiting for his psychiatric appointment, Topper is reading the swimsuit edition of what magazine? Alright, this is for Mr. Bennett Page. Bennett Page is getting into the set break action. For a bigger bag for Bennett there. Car Driver AARP, nope and nope. Grab some more 89 packs. In the 1991 movie I keep wanting to say Top Shots. It's Hot Shots. Topper is reading what swimsuit edition magazine while he's waiting for his psychiatric evaluation? It's not Sports Illustrated. The hint may be in what appointment he's waiting for. Repeat the question. In the 1991 movie Hot Shots, while waiting for his psychiatrist appointment, Topper is reading the swimsuit edition of what magazine? There's a hint that it might have something to do with the appointment he's going to. It's not Forbes, it's not Time Magazine, it's not MD Illustrated. I'm pretty sure it's not a real magazine. Robert Ferguson got the correct answer. I'm going to guess that, Robert, you Googled it, found a YouTube video. In any case, Robert's getting $10 to spend. There's no cheating. It's just whoever gets the answer first. you go. Just took the hint. Welcome to Vintage Breaks. I'm Charlie G from Vintage Breaks West, and tonight we're breaking this 1982 Topps Football Waxpack 151 Personal for Double E. Let's see if I can open this one without ripping up the pack. Yeah. Nope, these packs are getting ripped to open. All right. Come on, pack. Mike Barber. Centering is good. Doug Wilkerson. Centering is less good. Robert Jackson. Tim Wilson. Centering's okay. It's a little off, but okay. Doug Williams. Oops. Louis Kelcher. Mr. Pat Donovan. Your sticker is of Dan Fouts. We got the Bills team leaders card with Joe Cribbs, Mariano Clark, Frank Lewis, and Fred something or other. Fred Smerlas. Dan Alexander. Otis Anderson. Centering's holding up pretty well. Raphael Septien. It's got a weird, like, streak down the card. Like, half it's got a slightly different gloss than the other half. But he's a kicker. Stump Mitchell. Most punt and kickoff return yardage of the season. Dan Hampton of the Bears. Got Curtis McGriff. Unfortunately, I don't see an LT in this one, guys. Our last card here is Huey Von Shaman in action. We'll go with he's a kicker or punter. Huey booted 24 field goals and connected on 37 of 38 extra point tries for 109 points in 1981. One of the highest single season totals in Dolphins history. He converted 17 of his last 19 field goal attempts. And that wraps up our 82 Topps Football Waxpack 151. Thanks for watching. No LT tonight. Dodgers win. They go up. So I finally like pulled the score up here. Middle of the ninth. 1-1. Dodgers just got a score now, it looks like. All right. All right. Anybody else do any more business before I wrap it up and run the promos? All right. Looks like we are a donezo for the nighto. We did manage to close the 10 at 100 too. Awesome. Good job, guys. All right, so we're going to do the $3 all night, and then we'll do the $10 at 100. Have a wonderful evening, Chef, and we'll catch you next time. If you guys want to stick around and see who wins some break credit and some other free spots, feel free to do so. Welcome to Vintage Breaks, Real Astrology from Vintage Breaks West, and I just dropped my dice on the floor. Oops. Oh boy, where'd it go? Alright, I'm not going to crawl around on the floor and look for the dice, so we're just going to roll this dice twice. Welcome to Drake's Real Astrology for Vintage West, and we have reached the end of our night. We're going to give away a $3 all-night promo, the winner of which will get a $50 break credit. So winner take all, $50 break credit. And I managed to just lose the other dice, so we're just going to roll this dice twice, because we need 2 dice rolls, because that's how we do in the West. So we got a 2 plus 5, so 7 times. Good luck to everybody. All right, and our winner at 7 is Mr. Bennett Page. Bennett Page, congratulations for winning the $3 all-night promo. You're going to get a $50 break credit in your account here momentarily. All right, let me get Bennett his money, and then we'll do the $10 at 100 entries. All right, Bennett's got his money. Get this one taken care of. There we go. All right. All right. And this will be our $10 at 100 entries promo. Welcome to Drake's. I'm your host, Charlie G for Vintage West, and our $10 at 100 entries promo sold out. Top 10 people win prizes. First place will get a 1950 Bowman set break spot. Second place, 1981 Topps basketball set break spot. Third place, 1972 Topps baseball set break spot. 4th through 10th all get BAM spots, and Butter, the last place position, gets a 1981 Topps basketball set break spot. I managed to lose one of my dice a minute ago, so we're going to roll this dice twice, because on Vintage West we do 2 dice. So we're going to roll twice and add 6 plus 6. So we got boxcars 12 times, and I forgot to put this up on the screen, but there we go. There's our 100 entries 12 times. Top 10 win prizes plus the last place position. All right, 11, and our winners at 12 are Ryan Steele, Billy Blair, Double E Billy, Ryan Steele, Robert Bryan, and Mike Pipsney takes last place. Congratulations to our winners, and thank you to all of our participants. That's going to wrap up our $10 at 100 entry promo. Thanks for watching. All right, everybody, that's going to bring us to the close of the show. I appreciate you guys all hanging out with me this evening and chatting up, doing some trivia off of, I was about to say Top Shots again. It's Hot Shots, the movie. I've got some leftover trivia questions we'll probably be hitting up next week during my shows. So be sure to check out the rest of the Vintage Breaks programming for the rest of the week and weekend. I'll be back on Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time for Vintage Breaks West Monday Night Football Edition. We'll do some more football action, a little bit of trivia, surprises, and all sorts of good stuff. Again, thanks for watching and hanging out. Everyone, be nice to each other. Wash your hands, wear your face masks, and take it easy out there. Thanks. Bye.